Welcome. It's the Matic. It's the illest blood in the land. Welcome back, Legend community. It is Matic 365, or you call me Matic. The choice is yours today. I am back with my next video of my actual cancel series that I'm continuing working on. Also, thank you guys so much for checking out the first episode. And if you haven't, go check it out when you get a chance. And today's video is going to be actually on one of my other favorite DC anime shows growing up. And it's actually my second favorite show from that actual lineup of DC anime shows that came out during that era of shows. And it's no other than Superman's anime series that comes out in 1996 on Kids WB, which the channel had more other anime shows and even anime on their actual platform. It came out, and one thing I noticed about the Superman anime series had a strong start. Good writing for the show, of course. The voice acting was solid for the characters. On top of that, just the storytelling. You know what I'm saying? I think that is something that Superman, the anime series, actually took from the Batman anime series. Because the reason why we have a Superman anime series has a lot to do with the Batman anime series, which is one of my favorites. It's in my top, all right? And the reason for that, that's why we had other shows. So the Batman show was the start of everything. And on top of that, the Superman animated series season 1 was highly successful. Despite having to live in the shadow of the Batman anime series, it was still successful. And then eventually we get another season for the actual Superman anime series, season 2. And season 2 does well, just like the first season. So this time around, it seems like this show, when it comes to my cancel series, 2 seasons so far has done good. And that is a great thing, because that meant that the show eventually gets to season 3. And how season 3 actually was set up, like I said, it came out in the 90s. It ended on a two-parter. In 1999, the first part of the episode when Granny brainwashes Superman, pretty much, and then part 2 comes out literally in February of 2000. Wow. And also, I forgot to mention one thing too. I think the Superman anime series is very similar to the Batman anime series. And let me explain why I say this. I don't think all the episodes were in chronological order. I don't know what was going on at DC at that time when it came to not having episodes in chronological order, but I felt like Superman went through the same thing that Batman went through. They weren't all in chronological order, but they were in seasons. And it only lasted 3 seasons. Woo! Well, let's talk about the why. All right, so originally they talked about doing a season 4 for the Superman anime series, because season 3 was successful as well. And the reason why they didn't do it. All right, so we're going to talk about their intention that they were going to do for season 4 first, then the why. So the reason for that is because season 4 would have actually have been where they introduced the Justice League. And the thing is, when I think about it now, they were hinting at with the Superman anime series. You have to remember, they had the world's finest episode where Superman and Batman met for 2 episodes, right? Then you had the episode where we actually see Superman meeting Flash. Those were hints. The episode where Superman teams up with Dr. Fate. The episode when Aquaman comes from the ocean to actually team up with Superman. That was an episode as well. So they were hinting for a couple episodes of the Superman anime series that, look, if we would have did a season 4, you were going to get a full season with some of the Justice League included in it. And actually, I think that would have been smart. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why? Why y'all do this to us? But that's okay, because even though we never got a Superman anime season 4, unfortunately, the good news came. So let's talk about the good news behind this. So you have to remember, after the success of Superman spawned off some other DC anime shows, all right? And what happened was they were focused on actually making a new show on a new generation of one of my favorite non-power superheroes, Batman Beyond. And that came out in 2000s, had a total of 3 seasons, just like the Superman anime series. And then they had another show. Wasn't on Kids WB like Batman Beyond or Superman anime series, but it was the show Justice League. It came out on Cartoon Network. It was a little different from the other shows. It had a little bit more of a political element to it, but it had action and also storytelling just like the other shows when it came to the DC anime shows at that time. And I guess you could say it worked out because we eventually end up getting other shows. And I can't forget they had the Zeta Project. That was another DC show. And I can't forget Static Shock. Superhero Static Shock. Whoop, whoop. I'm just saying. So, yeah, it's interesting. Superman was a successful show this time around for all 3 seasons. It wasn't like my last one for a show. And it eventually spun off into other shows dealing with characters as well from DC. But it is the hardest working blood on YouTube, guys. You tell me in the comments, did you want to see a Superman anime series season 4, season 4? And my next question for you guys is, are you surprised of how well Superman did that we end up getting other shows from DC that were animated? It is the hardest working blur on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing, also sharing. And I'm out, legends. 3,000 watch hours is the goal for the channel.